Beautiful start to your Wednesday, February 15th. You survived Valentine's Day. Greg's going to have the forecast here in just a moment, but it's a beautiful start. Well, in case you didn't know, February is Financial Aid Awareness Month, and as parents, we've got a lot of big financial hits in our wallets. One of the huge ones is college. As tuition prices continue to go up, it gets harder and harder for our kids to save for college, for parents to save for their kids to go to college. But there are some things to keep in mind. Anthony Paul, he's the financial advisor for Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. He's our money man. He's here today to talk about the 529 plan and how it can help parents and families save for college.
Thanks for having me, Ken.
Well, it's good to see you. And we were talking in the break. Some of the numbers for colleges and four-year colleges are staggering. Right. The average price for a four-year is $198,000, and you one-upped it and said private's even more.
Oh yeah, so private is the $198,000. So the thing about it that you have to keep in mind as a parent and families in general is that cost is continuing to rise. College costs are rising traditionally of late higher than inflation. So you have to look at strategy. So I tell families, look at everything, apply for everything in terms of financial aid, scholarships, grants, and anything else you don't have to pay the money back for.
Do you apply for that now? I mean, if your kids are 1 to 2 years old, or mine are 11 and 9, do we start applying for that now?
No, but you want to have that plan in place. You want to start looking at, okay, what are the requirements? Because if you think about it, right, not just you, but a lot of Americans, they kind of wait till it's too late. The kids are junior, the kids are senior.
Right, the athletic scholarship might not come through.
No offense to your kid, man, but he's got your genes, right?
Well, unfortunately they do.
So another thing you want to do in terms of looking at what's out there and getting an understanding is start saving now.
So what is the 529?
Sure. 529 is a state-sponsored scholarship plan, not scholarship, excuse me, college savings plan. So state-sponsored, there's some advantages to it. You have federally tax-free withdrawals as long as you use it for college education purposes. So
now, what does that mean?
So tuition,
books,
room and
housing,
board,
all of that stuff, it's tax-free.
Exactly, the growth. You invest the money, and the best time to invest and start early is, within the first 5 years of your kid's life, because you're going to get that compounded growth factor. So that growth that comes out of there when you pull it out, that's the federally tax-free part.
Do we get tax advantages? I mean, or is it just the growth? Do they tax that money that we put in there?
No. So it's after-tax dollars, but you do have, and each state is different, and all the state laws are different in terms of taxes. So you definitely want to consult with a tax advisor to know your specific situation. But when you put money in, generally speaking, there is a tax benefit for putting the deduction, putting the money in, and you get some type of state tax deduction.
It seems to me that right now, if the cost of a four-year college is $200,000, in 10 to 15 years, that number could just be staggering. How do we know as parents that our kids want to go to college? What happens if we start that 529 now and we find out that they want to be a musician or they want to be a plumber or build houses? I mean, it's hard to say.
Oh, it's a great question. That's one of the other beauties about the 529. So your kid comes to say, Dad, I'm going to go join this rock band. You said, okay, little Timmy, that's fine. I'm going to move it to your sister because you're the owner. You can change beneficiaries of the 529 plan. So that's a beautiful thing about it.
What if you have no more kids? What happens if that money has nowhere to go?
A couple of things. So you can move it, as I said, to any beneficiary, so meaning that you're a nephew, a niece, et cetera. But also if you pull the money out, then there are some advantages to taking it back out because it's not going to be used for college expenses. So you will have to pay some penalty on that growth, but you can pull the money back out if they don't use it, if you don't have anybody use it for education, college education purposes.
Are these plans expensive? Sometimes we get into, if you get an annuity, you hear about all the fees with annuities. Are these plans expensive? Are there cost overlays on the top that families getting into it might not know about?
Well, sure, there are always going to be costs, so you want to do your research, going back to research again. The other thing about 529 is you don't have to use your state specifically. You can use any state's version.
So you can live in Colorado, and if you like the Utah plan better, or if you moved from that state, you can continue to stay in that plan.
Exactly right. And so that's where you can evaluate costs and features and benefits of each plan. And the other thing, too, not to cut you off, but your friends and family can contribute to your 529 plan for your kids.
So we don't have to keep getting toys and stuff for Christmas. Start throwing some 20s at the bank again. What state has the best 529 plan?
Well, you'd have to do the research. You'd have to pull up. All of them report their performance, their, 1-year annual performance, et cetera. So I can't really give you that number. You'd have to go and do your own research because all of it is a different based on your own particular circumstances.
Does Colorado have a good one?
We do have a good one.
Colorado has a good one.
And it has an attractive tax incentive to it as well. So yeah, definitely get with your accountant. And for you, definitely sit your kid down and say, hey, look, plumber and musician, we'll hold off on that. Let's get you to college. And so you want to start saving
It is
now.
an option. There are so many careers out there that don't require a college degree that you can make a whole bunch of money at, but some of them do require a college education. So it's good that we got somebody in here who knows how to get through that and how to navigate those fees. Anthony, we appreciate it.
Thanks for having
Because you start seeing all those numbers with commas and zeros, and it boggles your mind, Greg. I know you don't have children, but...
I have crushing student loan debt, though.
Oh, well, there you go.
So I got that,
At least you've got that big fat weatherman.
Yeah.